Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are around the globe. Today is a beautiful day. It's a great day. We are celebrating Father and the Father of OnPassive, all of them in the screen or the one that they are home, wherever they are, we are celebrating you. And when you see the roses on my head and the one behind me, it's enough to sell around to all the men around the globe. It's unlimited. We have enough. So if you are a man, if you're a father somewhere around the globe, we are sending you these roses. Welcome to our hero webinar. Today is Sunday, June 16, 2024, and we have another great section. We're talking about security today. We all know what means security, about everything that we have. And we have our OTech pros, the one that they know better than anyone around here. They will tell us what to do when it comes to security. Without further ado, I'm going to be here with my sister Olafumi. She's here, and we will have two sessions as usual. Q&A question will be Mino and Frank, and they are all in here. So please get your pen ready, your paper, so when the times come, you'll be asking your question without problem. So I'm going to ask my co-host, Olafumi, to say something before we go. Fumi, we can't hear you.
Just thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you, thank you very much. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can
Yes,
hear
we
you.
Yeah.
can.
Okay. Thank you, Mama Maxine. Thank you, everyone, for coming to the web. Okay. Thank you very much for coming to the webinar today, and happy Father's Day to all the men on board today. I know it's a crucial day for you all. So, but for those that are here, thank you very much for making it. And for those who are not able to join us, still thank you very much. I think that is where I will leave my greetings today. Thank you. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Sister Fumi. Thank you to all the men. Thank God they are here and we appreciate. So, without further ado, I'm going to ask, I think Bob have his video open to start the day with the security purpose where we are here today. Thank you. Over to you, Bob Tekusi.
All right. Hello, everyone. This is your brother Bob from Bel Air, Maryland. It's a beautiful day out here. Happy Father's Day to all the amazing fathers that are out there. And happy Father's Day to all the fathers to be, those who love the idea of fatherhood and they intend to become fathers. Happy Father's Day to you as well. Happy Father's Day to our amazing founder, Mr. Ash Mufareh. Happy Father's Day to you, sir. And happy Father's Day to your father, to the father of Ash Mufareh. You know, without the father of Ash Mufareh, we will not be here today. So I had to also send this special Father's Day to Ash Mufareh's dad as well. I just pray, I pray that the higher power that's hovering above all of us, all the fathers, to give us the wisdom and the strength to continue leading our respective families. So it's a great day to be here, great OnPassive day. This weekend was quite interesting for me. I just woke up, as a matter of fact, from Friday, I've just been in a very, very jazzy mood. As you all see, when I came into that, I was just playing my jazz music in the background. I've been in a very jazzy mood since Friday. And this morning, when my wife woke up to give me to express her happy Father's Day, and then she said something that actually was quite interesting. You know, we've been together for 33 years, and she said, for the past 33 years, every time I've noticed that every time that you are in this mood, that you play this your jazz music, and every time that you are in this mood, something big happens or something big is about to happen. These are the words of my wife, guys. Trust me, I did not make this up. You know, so I just took a moment. I'm like, okay, that might be true. We're in the moment where things are about to really take off. Things are about to really take off, and I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my soul. So the last time that we saw our founder, Mr. Ash, he told us he was going to be gone for a couple of weeks. He had to do his surgery. He did. He was successful. We all know that. But he left us with something in our minds. He said, remember, he said he was now in charge. That's what he told us. And that some changes were happening, things were happening as he spoke to us. He talked about his vision that he wants to align to make sure everything is synchronized with his vision. And what is it? What is the intention and his vision? He wants everything to be aligned. And we know that his intention is to, his original intention is to uplift humanity. How does he do that? How does he uplift humanity? He does that through us, the founders. So I believe, it's my opinion, I believe this vision of Mr. Ash, this intention is to empower the affiliate, especially those of us who have been with him all through, so that we can also go and lift that vision, which is to uplift mankind. That means that, my opinion, whatever changes is being made is for the benefit of all of us. Profound benefit for all of us. And that leads us to our topic for today, security. And this security is not about the security behind the products of OnPassive, the internal security, and stuff like that. It is us, you and I, our security, our physical. I'll break it down in two segments. And my brother Vincent is going to chip in whatever I miss. Or I know Collis it looks like Collis is under the weather. He might not come on the phone. Oliver is doing some Father's Day stuff. He might join us late. So if Vincent can just chip into anything that I might miss. So this security, the security that I want to talk about is about us, our physical personal security and our digital security. So I break it down in those two ways. Mr. Ash has been branding us for the past 5-6 years. He's been talking about the founders. He's replicating himself to us as founding members, affiliates. He's been branding us. That's what he's been doing throughout the past few years. And believe you me, guys, as soon as Mr. Ash comes back and he presses that button and everything starts, I guarantee he's going to be the most significant human being that ever set his foot to this planet Earth. But also he's going to be talking a lot about the founding members affiliate, those of us who traveled this journey with him. In so doing, like he said, the world is going to know our name. The world is going to know of us. The founding members affiliates who traveled, who threaded this path with him. So what does that mean? That means that you and I, you, Fumi, Antilin, Mino, all of us, we are going to be known. So when you are known, what happens? Your physical, your personal security. We are going to need to be very, very vigilant. Collins will testify me. I've been talking about this for the past 4 years. If Sister Comfort was here, I remember the first time I ever spoke with her. This is what my thing. I knew that I was always saying that when OnPassive is going to roll out, every single founder, and it doesn't matter where you are, whether you are in Cairo, Cape Town, Ouagadougou, or Mogadishu, Canada, United States, Europe, anywhere else in the world that you are, the world is going to know you. Your neighborhood, people are going to know who you are. Therefore, your personal security is also going to be worth you considering. I just advise for you, all of us, to be vigilant. We have to be vigilant in our environment at all times. In the next few days, once OnPassive takes off, people are going to know you. Whether you want to know these webinars that we have, People are going to go online and Google OnPassive. They'll go to look at our names are there. Mino, Agas, everybody's name is here. They're going to look at their name. They're going to Google. They're going to find us. They're going to see us on YouTube and stuff like that. It's just a guarantee. So people are going to know you, whether you want it or not. They're going to find out about us. So I submit to you that we should, when everything starts, we should be very cognizant of our environment. As you go out, as you come in, you'll be a target for robbery, any physical harm. Because they will know. IT journalists and journalists around the world are going to now come and investigate and write stories about OnPassive and make all kinds of projections about the founding members and affiliates of OnPassive, which means it's you and I. So people out there, lone wolves out there are going to possibly. So I'm just reminding us, it's my opinion, but I'm just reminding us that as things are going down the direction that they are going, we should begin to think about how we're going to protect ourselves, our personal security, being, aware of our environments at all times. Now, let's move now to our digital security. When you go online, when you are online, you are in this massive ecosystem. We don't know, and everything is happening there. Everything is happening online. We're all targets. We're all going to be targets. There are four main ways that we get targeted online. Those of us, we get targeted online. It's through what we call phishing. Phishing. We have what we call email phishing. There's email phishing. There is spear phishing. There is what we call whaling, and there is what we call voice phishing. So I'll just break down each one a little bit. Every other kind of phishing falls inside one of these categories. Email. What is email phishing? It's just consider like when a fisherman goes to the river to fish. What do? They have this wide net. They just take the net, they throw it, and they just catch the fish, and they take home. They pull it to their boat. Email phishing is something like that. So people will be sending all kinds of emails. They are trying to trick you. You will receive all kinds of emails. Those of us, randomly, you will receive all kinds of emails. People are going to try to trick us to get your account information, get this or get that. So we should be aware when we receive emails that you are not familiar with. Back off, take some time, call somebody, look at it critically, call the person, don't click, just take time out and look at the email detailedly. So that's email phishing. You're going to receive all kinds of solicitation emails, people trying to trick you like they know you, or this is from this person or that. So we should be very, very aware, very, very cognizant of that. We are going to be targets of those kinds of email attacks. But there is what we call spear phishing. Spear fishing, like a fisherman, you go out for a spear fishing. So you actually see the fish, and then you use your spear. So you target. So it's targeted attack. Thank you, Fumi, for following. So those of us here, we see our names. Mino, Mila, I see Mayen, I see Collins, Manad. So people will come, they will target you directly, and they will address emails and messages to you to coax you, to fool you. Those are targeted emails that are going to come to us. Spear phishing, they're coming to you directly. They will investigate you. They'll follow you. Especially if you're online, you are doing things online. They follow your movement. If you have family, they will try to send you an email that resembles somebody, or tell you things about members of your family and stuff like that, to fool you to think that it is legitimate. It is not. So that's spear phishing. So we should be very, very aware of the things that we want to be going online and putting on our personal information, our locations and things like that. So we'll talk about general email phishing, where they just try to cast wide net to see who they can fool to get in, and then targeted spear phishing, which is somebody that they've targeted, they follow through your online movement, and then they try to see how they can target you to trick you to release your information. Then we have something that they call, another phishing type is called whaling. Someone like maybe some executive, like a founding member affiliate, like someone like Brother Marty Degamo would be, I don't know if he's here with us, if he's listening, but Marty Degamo,
he's here.
Chris Johnson, Red Friend, all those guys, Mr. Engineer Kamal, they are going to be targeted. They are like whale, like a whale, a big fish. So they will receive, or will receive emails like it's coming from him or coming from Ash. They will trick them to release information. Those are targeted emails where they go for the big guys, the big shots of the company, people who have information, who make certain kinds of decisions. So, Brother Mahdi, if you are listening, know that you are going to be targeted severely as we move forward. Once Mr. Ash plays that button, once the world knows who you are, how influential you were along the journey, you are going to be targeted. The point is, what do we do? How do we identify? How do we put our safeguards around these kinds of issues? And then the last one I want to talk about is what we call voice phishing, voice phishing. We all receive this message. Either you receive a voicemail message, or most of us have received this email, these calls, phone calls. Somebody's calling you, trying to trick you that there's a meeting. They've said this meeting, give your passcode, whatever. You are going to get several of those kinds of messages. All they're trying to do is to trick you to release certain information, like your username, your password. You see that person is going to try to trick you to give your access code to your phone. What they are doing is they're actually trying to reset your phone, your account information, especially in WhatsApp. Most people, I think Peter was victim to this sometime last year. They will call you. They have actually gone and tried to reset. They have your phone number, so they try to it, but the system is going to send a code to your phone. So they call you now and try to trick you to give them that phone. Once you give them that code, that's it. You've surrendered your account. That's voice phishing. Or they will send you a voicemail. Oh, this is so from this bank. They are calling. We need this from you. You came into the bank. They just try to trick you to relinquish information, and then they go after you and then they wipe you out. So we should be very cognizant as we take these next few days. Anything could happen at any moment. Mr. Ash hopefully is back from his surgery, in good spirit and everything. When he comes out, we don't know what will happen. And once Mr. Ash comes and starts the engine, the world changes forever and our lives change. So what do we do? What are some of the things that you and we can do? Or how do we identify these kinds of phishing, these kinds of problems? The first thing that I will say, and what I'm telling you now, is what we actually train the end users in my organization. More than 13,000 people. We give this training about every 6 months for people to be aware of the kinds of the techniques, of the things to look out for. So the first thing I will ask you to be very skeptical when you receive an email from someone. Be very skeptical of the display name. Look at the name of the email address that is coming. You look at it detailedly, and the name of the sender, the person that's sending. Sometimes it's just a fake email address, and then the names they don't even correspond. Once you see that, know that is fake. You can tell if something is coming from Robert Takusa. Then look at the end of the email, right? Robert Takusa. Okay, but it will be different name, some funny characters, and then a different name at the bottom. So you just know that it should just give you a light bulb, should pop up in your head. No, that's not real. When you receive emails with links, or attachment. Don't click. Mouse over it. Put your mouse over it. When you push your mouse over that link, usually at the bottom or the bottom left of your computer, you will see if some funny characters will display, will show. Know that is fake. You see some funny, very funny XYZ, TK, funny characters. Don't click. If you click that link, sometimes they have malicious code behind that link. Vincent can tell you more about what damage you can do to. There's something called SQL injection or cross-site scripting. You click that link, it can go into your database. It can go into a database and corrupt records. Or it can affect cross-site scripting. You click, it goes, take you to a different website. It's just, if you have seen any website, you go to the website, you click on something, and then it takes you to another website. It corrupts all the information in the website. That's what can happen. Or if you submit your information, you give back your information, they take your account ransom, hostage. So be very careful when you see an attachment. If they send you an email with an attachment, you don't know, you are not sure exactly who it is coming from, you have no idea, pause, mouse over it. If you are not sure, call, make a phone call, ask somebody else. One of us, if we have received any email like that, one of your close affiliate associate that you're dealing with. Very important. Don't just click on anything. It could be, look at it, it will be wailing. It could be an email that is addressed like it's coming from Marty Degamo. We all know Marty Degamo. You see the attachment, everything. They say, oh, you have your bonuses. They can write anything to attract you. Once you click it, you're finished. So rather, pause, text or call Brother Madi. Did you send me this email? So don't just click, mouse over. So take your time. Another clue is the spelling errors. Most of the time, these people are in a hurry. They are usually in a hurry to do whatever they're doing. So they might deliberately even make typos. Grammar and typos, English, their grammatical error it doesn't mean anything to them. So they just hurriedly write something. So once you see an email that's coming from a company, most companies have corporate communications department. When they want to send out a corporate email, it goes through people who are seasoned communicators. They review it before they send it out. So there's usually no room for error, for grammatical errors. Once you see an email with funny English language grammatical errors, no. Don't react to that email. Stop, pause, call one of your founding member affiliates that you deal with and check and wait. Also how the email is addressed is another clue. If you are a member of, say, Citibank USA, you have an account there. They have your information and everything. If the bank wants to reach out to you, the bank is going to say, hello, Mr. Robert Takusi. Thanks for visiting the branch, blah, 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 today, and we need blah, blah, blah. You understand? The bank is not just going to say hello or hi there or something like that. The bank is going to address you personally. So if you receive an email, because we are going to receive this a lot, my fellow founding members, associates. We are going to receive this a lot. Let me just let you know that now. We're going to receive a lot of emails from scammers, phishing. People are doing phishing. They're going to send you messages like, oh, this is from OnPassive, about your payment or whatever. We're going to receive this a lot. And it's just going to be like a generic email. Somebody's going to say, hello. No. The company has your information. So if they want to reach out to you, they will say, hello, Mr. Vincent Ete. You understand? So the way the email is addressed to you matters. That's a clue. Please do not put your personal information on social media. No, do not give your personal information to any of these email. If any email is coming from even a company that you trust, that you do business, and they are writing to you and asking you for your personal information, that is fake. It's false. Your company will not, your bank or whichever business that you are associated, they already have their information. They will not send you an email to ask you. So they will send you a communication. They will try to mimic your company as much as possible to fool you, to relinquish that information. Do not ever send any information to anybody. If they make that request, call to verify. You have the information of that business or whichever company you are dealing with. Call them and check if they truly send that email to request that information that they wanted from you. Another thing that we should bear in mind, time. They are usually in a rush. They will give you a time frame. You have to act within 24 hours or 48 hours. They give you a time frame so that so you don't have time to think. You just click the link and then you react. Time is always on your side. When you see any email they're sending you, somebody's going to send you a fake email that OnPassive needs you to give your OS ID or your login, whatever they ask for, and so you have for 24, 48 hours to do it. Nope. That's not true. Usually, companies will give you more time, rather. They'll give you like 2 weeks. Sometimes even you have 30 days. You receive those information. They will draft a well-written email and they'll give you like 30 days. You have 30 days to fulfill this obligation or that obligation. That's how corporate communications and corporate environment work. They will not give you 24, 48 hours to do something. No. What if you don't receive the email? What if you are not there? What if you travel? So time is always on your side, please. Time is always on your side. Also, usually look at typically when you receive a legitimate email, it comes from a legitimate address, and then there's an attached signature. So look at the signature, because usually the person who is writing to you will put a signature with their title, their phone number, their email, everything, which corresponds with the domain of the company that is sending you the communication. Once there's a mismatch there, please forget about it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And then I will say, trust your gut too. Trust your gut. If you receive any information, it does not make sense in your head. Your first instinct is your gut. Trust it. If this message, this email does not make sense, don't act. This will help guarantee your personal, your digital security. And then on social media, we should avoid posting our information all over the place. In social media, you go somewhere, you ping your location where you are, you want to do anything, everything is on social media. It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. Because sometimes they can hack you. We've had several information where somebody's at the airport. You say, oh, I'm in London, I'm flying to Washington. And as soon as by the time you get to Washington, your friends are receiving text messages that you got stranded somewhere and you need money. They should send money to this account or that account. It's because you put your location online. When you use cyber cafes, those of us who are in Africa, when you go to cyber network, I know most of us, we don't have the correct equipment, but I will submit to you guys, I'll plead with you guys, as soon as we get your first apples, remember Mr. Ash said, upgrade your device, get a good laptop, or even if you are using a phone, a very good phone. Avoid these cyber networks. But if you must go there, once you are done, make sure you log out completely. Sign out. Don't just close the browser and get out, because someone can come and open it. Your username and password is cached there, and they can come in and cause damage to you. avoid airport charging stations. Yes, we are going to have some Apple. So rather than you going to the airport and charging your phones or order, just buy your extra power bank. Use that instead. Wi-Fi, airport Wi-Fi, and all those things. Yes, you know, we can use it, but they are very, very, very unsecured network. They are not secured. So you stand a risk of being, being hacked. So those are some of the points that I wanted to bring about. When we talk about security, we are not talking about, when it comes to OnPassive, our digital ecosystem and our 4 pillars and everything that Mr. Ash has put together, we are very sure that the security is intact. Today we are talking about you and I, us, what we need to do in our own, for our own end. Because once you are inside the OnPassive ecosystem, you are fine, you are secured, you are safe, everything is fine. But when you are outside, that is where they will get you if you are not careful. So we are telling you all this, giving you all these tips so that you can be prepared. Because trust me, you guys, they're going to come at us. Every single founder, doesn't matter where you are, when Mr. Ash clicks that button and the world finds out about us, we are all targets. So I'll leave it there. I'll send it back to Sister Fumi or Macien, and if I see my brother Oliver has come, he might have 1 or 2 things to add, because this is our domain security, and I see Brother Vincent is here as well. So thank you guys so much for listening.
Wow, this is a great one. Thank you so much, Brother Bob, for telling us about
Thank
security.
you very much for that one. Brother Oliver, I know, yeah. Continue.
Okay. That's okay. So we're just thanking our brother Bob, and he delivered it just like a great father on Father Day, the mission of us to know about our security. So, and welcome, Brother Oliver. But before we continue with him, I think Brother Vincent is here. He has something to add, and Brother Oliver will go from there. Brother Vincent, over to you.
Thank you, Sister Marcial. I thank my brother Bob. Thank you, Bob. Yeah, Bob has said a lot. And then what we should know about security, our personal security, devices security. Thank you. And then well done, Bob. It was a great one. Yeah, so it was good. That's what we should be careful about ourselves, even personal security to our device security. You know what, with digital world today, you need to follow up what my brother Bob said is very important. So I also added that even when you log into the OES, always have a good habit to say log out.
Yeah.
Don't just close the browser. This is also security matter. When you go to our co-founder website, same thing. Once you finish, use the best way to log out. Go profile there, say log out. You are safe, because we never know. If you leave it, you close your browser. Some people are sitting outside there. They are very intelligent. That's why they are using, like Bob said, phishing people, so they can use your own device and then get all your information they're going to do. So please follow up that, and also have a good habit to log out in a proper way. I'm saying that I know what I'm saying because I've seen a lot of people. So I close my computer, I close my brother, but someone going to my system checking this because he didn't log out properly. That's why this happened. So it's very important. It's one of the great security matter that I always plead that. But it will happen if some people they don't follow up, and then tomorrow they will have their eyes to cry. So thank you, Bob. It was a great one. So I'll leave Oliver to say something. Yeah.
Yeah, happy Sunday, happy Father's Day to all of us, the fathers in the house, and you guys are great, and you guys are doing a good job. Thank you, bro, Bob. You've done a wonderful job. Though I came late, I'm sorry for being late. Like he said, I know he must have said almost everything or everything that I was supposed to say. So I trust him, and it is our feel. But just want to also add that maybe he didn't mention it also, but maybe I'll just continue to add something that please when you go to any neighbors or family member's house, please make sure you log out. Make sure you log out and take it like a best practice. Do not use other people's devices. Always trust yours. I heard my brother Bob was talking that people should buy, when you get your apples, please go get your own gadget, and with good memory, with big memory, more than 250 gig. And then also upgrade the security, no matter if it's Apple or what, upgrade your security. Your security is also going to help. Then if you have any means for two-factor authentication, do it. Make sure you also apply it there for your two-factor authentication. It's going to help. You can either use your finger or use your picture or whatever on your face. Please, when Microsoft always shoot out security upgrade, please make sure you click on them, and so that you have all those new features added on your gadget. It's going to help. I don't have that much. I know my brother Bob had said everything, and I want to say Happy Father's Day, and it's nice being here. And I want to thank all our 4 moderators in the house. Thank you for taking your busy schedule all every Sunday to be in the house. Frank, Mino, Macien, and Fumi. Please, thank you. God bless.
Wow. Thank you so much. We are fine. And we are also focused on everything that is going on today. Thank you. So like we said, it's Father Day. You guys see how Father always deliver. They don't think that because it's our day, we just have to relax and enjoy. They feel it was a good thing for them to still come here and give us the word about security, how to secure ourselves, how to secure our gadget, and how to secure everything around us, because things are coming and we are going to be the subject of targeting around. But I think that we have our own Engineer Mark that just came in. Happy Father Day to you, Engineer Mark, and welcome. And the subject of today is about security. And I know maybe you want to say a word, or if not, just say Happy Father Day to us. Over to you, Engineer Mark.
Hello. Oh, family. Happy Father's Day to all the big brothers here as a family. The UK family, you guys are amazing. Andy, Peter Rogers, you guys are amazing. And my Tech Pro brothers, Uncle Bob, Uncle Oliver, Vincent, and Brother Collins. Mama saying I can tell you are a Tech Pro now. So, wow. Thank you, everybody. Joe Barilla. So, listen. Oh, Minu, I can see you there. Oh, Minu, how are you? So, security, we've had it enough. The phishing is going on a lot. It's one of the big problems we always have in the IT industry till now. They have not really come up with solutions that will 100% secure ourselves, right? But we just need to be learning, as Uncle Oliver just finished telling us. When you have those updates, you have to upgrade and update yourself and all those things. And for us, again, for people who would like to be having those passwords, to be creating them and all of that, I have a server, okay? I have a server that produces passwords. So I can generate like 10,000 passwords and just give to you. You have in a folder, so that you'll be using them. Maybe you can say the first 3 months, I'll use this for the first 3 months. Next 3 months, this one. I just generate them for you, okay? I have a server. It generates passwords. So many of it. I can just generate it at once and give you a block of them. And it generates it just once, and I will not see it anymore. So you can just put it in a file and be using them. That is up to you. So this is very important, like what they're telling us. Let's update our devices, upgrade them. For people who use Microsoft, most of the time, on the bottom right-hand side of your task bar, the task bar is the one bottom, okay? Everything that is on top of you, that should be your menu bar. The task bar is everything that is on the bottom, from your belly down. So on the bottom right-hand corner, it always have its updates, Microsoft. You will see sometime it will be yellow. That yellow means it will tell you that you should update your device, or it will be red. The red means that you are already in danger. So you will have to still go and click it, either yellow or red. It means that you should shut down to update your system, right? It will be just a little pop-up. It'll be like a little circle, either yellow or red. It will be, you see at the bottom right-hand side where you have your volume, you have your internet connection. If you're using your wireless connection, it should be somewhere around there. You will see it right there. So it's good to always take note, of those things. We update ourselves and we prepare for the days ahead. Thank you very much, my moderators.
Thank you, Engineer Mark. Thank you so much for these little pieces that you just gave back to us. And if somebody needs a multiple way of having their password changing every time, you can contact Engineer Mark. He will be helping you to tell you what to do, because changing password is one of a way of securing our device too and ourselves. So I just have in our midst, I have to acknowledge the presence of our own Mike Ellis. His camera is not open yet. I believe when he's ready, he's gonna do just that. So, but he's up here with us, and we just want to acknowledge him and say Happy Father's Day to Mike Ellis. This is our own brother. He's here with us today. I told you guys, fathers, they don't play. They always try to come out and do something. Today is their day, and you all see them coming up here, talking to us, doing the right thing, the thing that they do every day. Today is not an exam of that day. Bro Mike Ellis, if you have something to say, please, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Always a lot to say, Marcian, but I have not had the pleasure to be a father yet. I said yet. So we'll see. Even though I'm kind of an older guy, you never know what might happen. As far as security goes, the OTech pros, you nail everything, and I don't really have anything to add to that. I'll continue to listen to you all, and obviously implement what you're recommending, and each and every one of us with our business within OnPassive. You can't take the security part of it lightly, because over time there's going to be some things in your back office you don't want to lose, and it's going to be a pretty big figure when we start to talk about that. Today I've been listening to a few people, and I heard it's kind of an awkward saying, but I heard a saying. And it really describes OnPassive for me to a T. And the saying goes like this: there is no defense against an excellence that meets a pressing public need. And for me, it's awkward to say that. It just doesn't come out. But when I read it, when I listened to it, it really describes OnPassive to a T. And if you understand that there's no defense against an excellence that meets a pressing public need, you understand what OnPassive is doing. And when I think about that term, I think about the digital transformation that really we're all going through, getting online, being able to develop our digital footprint online and actually develop an income online. This is the goal of every business throughout the world. It's not any particular country, it's throughout the world. And when you understand the excellence that Mr. Mufareh has brought to the table by giving people the ability to come in and do a digital transformation under one umbrella, everything interconnected, everything working together, then you start to understand how big the market is that we're going to be penetrating very, very quickly now. And as I think about that, I start to understand, and I listened to Ash like most of you did a week ago or whenever it was. And Ash talked about phase 2 and phase 3, and that it's okay for us to start thinking about phase 2 and phase 3. Well, hopefully you've kind of wrapped your mind around phase 1. And I don't think anybody here has really done that. We have an idea of what's going to be happening, but to actually understand what's going to be happening with the digital transformation, throughout the world and what OnPassive is going to be doing just with that aspect of OnPassive, it's just massive. It really is $1 trillion industry. It's $1 trillion worth of revenue coming in each and every year, and OnPassive gets to come in and take as much as that as they can. And I believe because of what Mr. Mufareh has done, we're going to be taking a great deal of that. But then you take it another step, and that's saying it's relevant for everything within OnPassive, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. It's an excellence that Mr. Mufareh is bringing to the table. And when you have that excellence and it is pressing, it is a pressing public need, all of a sudden, phase 2 gets even bigger. Phase 3 gets even bigger. Phase 4, which I'm sure there will be a phase 4 on OnPassive, is even bigger. And the numbers get so big, you really can't wrap your mind around it. But here's what you can do. And this is for all of us, including myself. You can start to prepare for success. And everybody here is probably going, well, that's easy. I'm already prepared. I am prepared for success. Just send it my way and I'm going to have a great life. But it's so much more than that. You know, the money is one thing, but we're body, soul, and spirit. There's just more to life than just the money. And you really do need to prepare for success, because if you're not prepared in really every aspect of life, you're not going to get the full benefits of what OnPassive is bringing to the table. And I get the question, well, why should I prepare? What do I need to do to prepare? And I can tell you, and I've seen this over and over and over again in OnPassive, people will come into OnPassive and they really don't understand what they have. And I'm not talking about OnPassive. I'm talking about their own self. And I believe everybody that comes into OnPassive, honest, clean, ethical, and you always have to bring those 3 things to the table, honest, clean, ethical. I think there is greatness in every individual that comes into OnPassive. And most people, when you say that to them, it just goes over their head. Well, there is no greatness in me. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not smart enough. I don't have an education. I don't speak very well. There is nothing in me that would dictate greatness. But I can tell you, once you start to prepare, preparing, it's a matter of reading. It's a matter of education. It's a matter of wisdom. It's a matter of knowledge. Once you start to prepare for success, all of a sudden, you will find that one thing in yourself that is unique. No one else in the world has it. Maybe it's 1 or 2 or 3 different things. It is unique, and it will give you the ability to prepare for success. And I have people ask me, they say, well, you know, wisdom, you know, that's a really broad term. I don't even know what that means. What is wisdom? Well, I can tell you a good place to start is the book of Proverbs, and the subtitle of that is the book of wisdom. It'll give you a really good broad example of what wisdom is and how to search for it, and then build on that with your knowledge. And really what happens is, and it doesn't matter what discipline we're talking about. Maybe your discipline is different than mine or someone else's, but whatever discipline that you find that works for you, that greatness within you, all of a sudden you start to get the knowledge and it starts to coalesce in your mind. And when you can do that and then articulate it, all of a sudden, and I've said this before, all of a sudden you become very, very powerful. And I know everybody here, either the people on the panel or the people that are listening, nobody here wants to be average and ordinary. And I can tell you, you are not. But I can also tell you, in order not to be average and ordinary, you have to work. You have to do something. You have to educate yourself. You have to listen to other people. Listen to Ash Mufareh. Listen to Bob and Collins and Oliver and Vincent. Listen to people that understand what they're doing, and then take that knowledge as your own, and then work it into whatever you're going to be doing. But I can tell you, once you do that, once you learn to articulate, once you understand what people want to hear. And I get that too. How do you know what people want to hear? Well, we're pretty much all the same, guys. There's just not that much difference between everybody here. I've been where you're at, and I've lived longer than most of you here. And that's why I've been there. I understand what you want. I understand what you want to hear. I understand the fears, because I've been through all of that stuff. And once you understand how to articulate that, and Marty says this all the time, all of a sudden, the ceiling comes off of everything. And then your life, there are no limitations. And when there are no limitations, all of a sudden things get really, really interesting. You know, I've found over the last 5.5 years that I get just as excited talking to one person one-on-one, one or two people one-on-one, as I do talking to 100 or 1,000 or 5,000. It just doesn't matter. Because when I talk to people, I'm talking to you. I am you. We've pretty much been through the same things. So when you start to think about OnPassive, think about that term. There is no defense against any excellence that meets with the pressing public need. That describes OnPassive perfectly. When I heard that, I just went, oh yeah, we're in a really, really good place. I won't say anything more than that, guys. I always have a lot to say, but we've got a big panel here. Hopefully that made sense to everybody, and hopefully it was a blessing on Father's Day rather than a curse. But yes. There it is.
Real quick, Macien. Thank you, Brother Mike. Do you know who the biggest whale in OnPassive is? Mike Ellis. Just so you know, you are going to be targeted. You are going to be targeted. You're going to receive all kinds of email. They're going to use you and Mari, for instance. You receive. They are going to create maybe email or even website or everything with exactly like it's coming from OnPassive. Make a slight typo. They call it typo squat. Like just spell OnPassive 1S or something. Exactly the same to trick you to just click on a link or something. You are going to be targeted, brother. So you just have to be very cognizant of your environment now more than ever.
Yeah, you know, all of that is true, Bob, and all of that's coming for everybody.
Yeah. But you are bigger. You know, you are like a whale. They see you.
No, you know, I hear that, Bob.
Yeah.
And when I think about all of us, the affiliates in OnPassive, I see so much talent out there. I think of myself as on the bottom rung. I really do. No, I mean, really, there are some really, really talented people here. And you know, Marty, Dan, and I, we will do what we can do to push people forward, to push people up, to get them to the place where they want to be financially, so they don't worry about finances. We're pretty good at that, but there are so many other areas that are going to be happening within OnPassive that the talents within OnPassive will bring to the forefront, and that's what excites me. It's not exactly what Marty, Dan, and I are doing. It really is all of you all, what you bring to the table. I mean, the tech pros, you've brought so much over the last 3 years, things that I would have never known. I mean, I've talked to Oliver many, many times, and I get done talking to Oliver, and I'm going, man, you're a real dummy, Mike. You don't know anything. But then I bring my things to the table. He brings his things to the table, and it's all good. And that's what we're going to be doing for each and every one of us. You know, if there are people out there that think you're going to be left behind because you haven't found that greatness within you yet, you're not. You're not. If you stay within the community of OnPassive, and I give this to Marty most of all, whatever you have in you, he's going to pull it out of you. And it's going to be good. Not only is it going to be good for OnPassive, it's going to be good for you. And Marty is an expert at that. I'm not quite as good as he is. And it's just the different personalities. But if you stay in the community of OnPassive, if you listen to the individuals that if you're lost, if you're not quite sure where you're going, if you don't quite know what to do, Don't worry about it. We're going to tell you what to do. And what we tell you to do is going to put you in a place of financial independence. And I can say this. I can guarantee it. Because I see OnPassive, I see the excellence of Ash Mufareh, I see the excellence of where we are and where we're going. And I just see phase one. When I start to think about phase two, I have to take a nap because it is dizzying. When you start to think about phase two, and I just have a glimmer of what could be coming, when you start to think about, and Ash told us phase one, it just pales compared to phase two. Now think about what I just said, guys. It pales. Phase one, it just didn't even come close to phase two. Now, you can't even imagine that. We have $1 trillion market right now. What company in the world can sit down and tell you they have $1 trillion market? And I think it's bigger than that. And phase two is going to be bigger. What company can do that? I don't know of one. Do you? No. I think the richest company in the world right now is about $3 trillion, and it's not Apple. It's, I forget the name of the company. They produce chips, and maybe the tech guys will know which one it is.
NVIDIA.
There it is. See. See, all I have to do is turn it over to the tech guys and we're done. But yeah, I believe OnPassive is bigger than that. Phase two, phase three, I don't have a clue. But phase two, I'm starting to think about it and I'm starting to get a glimmer, and it's pretty stunning. And you know, it's funny. We really don't need to go there today. We're so close to Ash releasing OConnect to the world and launching and everything flowing. Everybody's just going to have a ball doing that and enjoy it to its fullest. And then when Ash comes out with phase two, you can be shocked again. But we're in a really, really good place, Bob. And as I said, there's so much talent here, and that talent is going to bring so much to the table. It's just going to be a fun time for everybody.
Thank you,
it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow. It's going to be a fun time for everybody. Thank you so much, Mike. And, you know, I told you guys today is a great day for all of us. It's a Father Day, and all fathers around the globe in our OnPassive family are here. And I believe that those that they are not in here, they are listening. And some of them are ready to come and join this great family, because this is what we are. This is who we are. We are just real people. And talking about real people, Mike, you say you don't have any child yet, but Margie just wrote on the forum that you are his dad. So,
actually, Marty said he was going to send a couple of his grandkids over, and I'll take care of them for a couple of years.
Yes, and also we are claiming now, Mike, from today. Remember, we are your children, so you are a dad in OnPassive. So
well, I appreciate that.
Yes. So please let us welcome our big brother, the one that always come and make the house so warm. And he's the father of all of us. He's the grandfather of so many kids. We appreciate him and we love him. Our brother Marty Degamo is in the house. Happy Father Day.
Thank you. Now,
yes.
You don't listen, do you? God, I wanted to stay an attendee. She brought me in 5 times. I denied it.
The last time it wasn't mine.
Oh, I know you broke me like a horse, man. I finally said, okay. And by the way, the family resemblance, Mike, of your kids here is uncanny, okay? Yeah. The family resemblance is uncanny. No, I've been listening. It's fun sometimes just to listen. Obviously, Minnow said it's not that much fun. Get your big behind in here. But anyway, really not a lot to add other than, like Mike said, when we got together a long, long time ago, almost, I can't believe it's probably close to 10 years ago, we weren't looking to build relationships. We had to learn how to market first and find out what we we're doing. But as soon as we could,
one of the first words out of Mike's mouth when we figured out how to build a team, whatever company it was. Okay, now let's help other people do the same, because you don't want to be alone. And my gosh, it's just so hard. And even if you can, the company that you're in is rigged against you. It's impossible. And that got more discouraging as time went on. And I know God works in mysterious ways, because I was ready to give it up. And I ran into loudmouth Peter here. I'm joking, Peter. And because I trusted him, I went to him, by the way. He did not come to me. I knew he was doing something. And then the rest is history. But it was all about, at that point, and as soon as we got in here and figured out, is this as good as it sounds? I doubt it. But if it's 1/10 as good as I think it is, let's start building a team. But I want to build a team of people I want to build relationship. So we had one name one time that didn't work, and then we come up with OnPassive Nation. And then we bring people in. We worked with them. We let them know who we were. We wanted to know who they were, and that went on and on and on. Now, we could have, if I could have sucked more money out of Dan, I would have went faster and just kept bringing people in as quick as we could and not worry about the relationship part. But my God, knowing OnPassive where it is now, so glad we did, because I believe there's big teams out there where people were brought in with the mentality, I want to get as many as I can, instead of building a relationship. And we know that for a fact, because some people are here and had the misconception that get rich quick, get in and it's going to launch and you're going to make 10 grand next month. And we suffered through that. Mr. Mufareh suffered through it more than anybody, because people would say and do things that weren't true. It never was an MLM. It never was. It was more of where we are now. I mean, everything switched as of the middle of 2019. 2020 was very hard, but it went into where we are now. Brick and mortar, an IT company that wants to share with the people that went on the journey. It's that simple. No more, no less. And I know a lot of people made a different story out of it, because that's the ones we're dealing with now, the ones that were misinformed or told something different. But I agree 100% with me and Mike talk last night, actually, and about some gifts people have and they don't know it. And this isn't to put anybody down. Sometimes you will meet people and you will see the gift in them before they do. It's just the way it is. And you do a couple things, and maybe they call it manipulation. I'm going to confess to you, I manipulate as bad as anybody you ever met. But the outcome I try to get is always good for the people or the company. Never in a, how can I get over on them? I would never do that. Did I manipulate people? Yeah, all the time. Until they get to the point where they go, I can do this. I can get better at this. And many of the people that myself and Mike and Dan and everybody talk to are so much more skilled than I am. So I was looking to solve a problem. I don't know why. That's just what I did. And I want to solve a problem about 5,000 people coming to me. When are we going to launch? You know, your children in the back seat. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Oh my gosh, no, we didn't get out of the driveway yet. So, but when you explained the difficulties in building just a regular business with coding and all the securities you have to do, and us trying to make it secure and legal in the whole planet, 200 countries, you can't even imagine it. But you guys did very well of explaining this takes this long normally, and you guys were throwing out 10 years, 8 years, 7 years. A couple of you even said, yeah, I'm going to get in it. It should be rocking and rolling in 10 years. When I heard that, I went, oh, yeah. I said, oh. But the point is, it has speeded up that we are right at the door of something very, very big. But it did help. Mr. Mufareh said right about 6 months after the OTEC guys came out, he said, we don't hear about is it going to launch. That was one thing. It didn't sound like a big deal, but it also, all the tech guys, everybody here that I know, has grown 1,000%. Peter was the shyest guy on the planet. Now he's organizing big events. No, I mean, serious. It's true. The IT guys, IT people don't give presentations to thousands of people. It's just not who they are. They have no reason to do that. They get in a boardroom, they're told to do something, they get in, they don't get it done, they get screamed at. And then when they do get it done, they usually get let go and have to go find another job to do the same thing. So when you find them in that cubbyhole or in that corner in the internet and you drag them out, once they realize what they had to offer, they did what they did. You know, I mean, they were at the cliff. I said, well, you better flap your wings. You're going to hit the freaking ground really hard if you don't. And they did. And, you know, like you can ask him. I never went up and promised them anything. I just said, if you soar, you can. Your life will never be the same. Everybody will know who you are. But a lot of people came from different backgrounds. Andy's a numbers guy. He knew nothing about IT. I didn't know anything about IT, but he listened and found out. Now Andy's, just like the tech guys, is an OnPassive expert who happens to be a numbers guy. And the IT guys are OnPassive experts that happen to be IT guys. It's switched. Nobody switched that but Andy. Nobody switched it but the IT guys. You do it all on your own. I mean, I did management. I trained people. I did all that. But I've grown here. Did some of my background help me here? Yeah, absolutely. Probably the training and going around the world and knowing different cultures. You know, but yeah, I think the next chapter is about to happen. It's happening right this minute, by the way. And one day you're going to wake up and things will be there that you go, whoa, I didn't know that was coming. You're going to get a lot more of that in your life than, oh, this is pretty nice. I think we're all going to be surprised. And remember, the beauty of it, wherever you start, will be the worst day in your life financially. You just take it and double it every month for the next 5 years. I don't know what number that is, but it's more than you ever dreamt of, that's for sure. But you did the right thing. But there's other people out there, like now we're shining the light on others. I'm going to different webinars. I encourage everybody, go to other webinars. Even if there's a little bit of a rift with maybe the leaders there, newsflash, I don't give a crap. I don't care who the leader is. I could care less. You're going there to hear the people or talk to them and listen to them, because there's people everywhere that you go, man, where the heck's he been hiding? In the last 2 weeks, I went to webinars. So I'm like, I can't believe this person's on OnPassive and I didn't know it. And I think sometimes deliberately they're hidden because it builds power in a me atmosphere. There should be no me's in OnPassive. There's one leader in OnPassive. His name is Mufareh. The rest of us are servants, and we're doing something that we can do to help OnPassive. That's it. That's the way I see it. If you have something to say, people will listen. If you have to tell people to listen, you don't have nothing to say. If I have to tell people to come to my live, or you should go or feel threatened to go, I wouldn't go. I might not turn you on. I don't turn my wife on. I'm just kidding. All right. I wanted to add that. She's not here. She wouldn't have think that was funny. But seriously, you go where you want to go. And if you feel like you got more to offer and if you're being pushed down in a way, you don't feel like you can be you're in the wrong place. You're in the wrong place. And I know there's people that, I've gone places and the lights go out and people disappear, and I'm not staying here because I'm some kind of mafia leader or something. But the fact is, I'm looking for people that maybe want to shine and nobody gave them an area to shine. And I know that everybody here, everybody on the screen is going out and listening to people and shining the light on others. And if we do that, that's all. We don't even have to do that. But if you want a bigger core in this apple of OnPassive, it'll make it last longer. It'll run forever. And really, remember, the game hasn't even started yet. We set the pieces on the board. We put everything in place. And when you see money coming in your wallet and they start this thing up and they start selling stuff, that's when the fun begins. All we're doing now is setting up the game of a lifetime. And we all have a little part. You can help, you can motivate people, you can edify people, and I think you'll be surprised what happens. It's easier to walk when you have an army of people that believe they matter. When Ash looks back, no matter how much he's getting beat up, sometimes by founders, by the way, a lot of times by founders, but that's not as bad. When he looks back and sees that there's hundreds of thousands of people that support him, he'll do or die. It is the wind beneath his wings. We all are. But nobody's more important than anybody else. No one. Imagine having a car with 1,000 horsepower, beautiful outside, 6-speed transmission, and you don't have any tires. Yeah, you're roaring like a bear, but you can't even move. So we all matter. But I'm telling you, just dare to do something. I don't feel comfortable doing some stuff I've done. But the more uncomfortable it is, the more I do it. Because I want to move on to a next step. But all of you can do it. I don't want to hear, well, I'm not him, I'm not. You shouldn't try to be me. You shouldn't try to be Marcia. You should try to be you. You have something to offer, guarantee it. And that's what we're pushing now. I don't talk about the products a lot. If I own the Mona Lisa, I'm not going to tell you what a great painting it is. You can see it. People are going to see the products. They're going to see it. They're going to sell themselves. You just got to point. Hey, come over here. Go over here. Point over here. No reason not to bring 10, 15,000 people in. And the point will come, like Bob said, people are going to know. They're going to go online. Trust me, this is fact. When OnPassive hits the newspaper or whatever happens, they're going to go online and punch in OnPassive. And they're going to see certain faces. It's a pro and a con. Pro is people are going to want to be with you. The con is, as they said, the hackers are going to want to meet you too, but not in a nice way. Takes 5 seconds to take care of yourself. Marty just sent a memo out and he said if you give him $10, he'll move you into this special club. Or one thing, if you know Marty, I would never do that. So hang up on Marty, call me up. Did you do that? No. Takes 5 seconds. Now, if I did tell you something nice and you hang up on me, I'm going to be pissed when you call me back. No, I'm just kidding. But I would never do that. That's the point. Like, there was a time a while back that somebody pretended to be Ash or pretended to be the company, and people paid thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars. And Ash just went, why would they think I would do that? I would never do that. It's because they didn't know. You should know. You should know somebody's character. You know he would never ask you for money. He's too busy shoving out money every month for nothing in return. So anyway, no, we're in a good place, and but you all have something to offer, and go for it. Take the time. Find out what it is you're doing. What do you want to do? It could be anything. OnPassive big enough. I don't care what you're thinking about, what you want to push, what you want to do, what you think's important. You could take OnPassive and soar like an eagle. Guarantee it. And that's what we'll do. And we'll all help each other. Trust me. Indirectly, everything I've ever done in OnPassive helped people indirectly. That's what I've been looking for my whole life. We can do what we do, but to know what we do indirectly a little bit is helping many thousands of people. So that's cool to me. But like the theme of this is be safe. Inside OnPassive, you're in Fort Knox. On the outside, the more popular the company becomes, the more targeted you become. It's not to make you scared, because you just got to go. And Bob said it. We talked about this other day privately, really. And it was about that feeling you get. I wonder if this is okay. It's not. Don't, as soon as you get that feeling, it's not good. Don't question it. My kids would say, I never know if it's something, if I'm doing the right thing or the bad thing. I said, well, if you have to question it, you're doing the bad thing. You're helping an old lady across the street, you wouldn't question that. Guy drops money and you hand it back to him, you're going, should I? No, you give it back. If something's not right, go by your instinct. That's not right. God guided you here. He can guide you in life while you're in here. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we're going to be fine. Just be smart. I wouldn't walk around paranoid. Walk around, they say walk softly and carry a big stick. And that's why I said walk softly and carry a big shield. Just be ready. They're going to look for a weak spot. And it doesn't have to be founders. Anyway, thanks, Minna. Gosh, don't bring me in. Don't bring me in. Anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you, Maddie. We are glad you are here. We always love to hear you say something. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for spending the Father Day with us. We love that. And today is Father Day. I'm seeing some father on the panel. I'm just going to ask them for the purpose of time to say something very quick so that we can go and for question and answer. I know there's so many people eager to ask questions. So I'm just going to ask, where's the father? Andy, I've left. Okay. Andy, I can't see him. I just wanted to say something, but I'm seeing. Okay, Andy, happy Father Days to you. Do you want to say a word before we go to question and answer, please?
These guys have said everything. The only thing that I came across the other day that I thought was interesting is when you go onto the internet and something is offered to you for free. You go, oh, that sounds really exciting. I'll click on that. Every time you click on that, they start to take information from you. Okay, so it's another way of being able to be hacked. Because you go through to the next page and it asks you another question and you answer that one and they get a little bit more information and so on. Now, I didn't realize this because I'm a little bit slow when it comes to this, but having looked at that, it opened my eyes to many other things that go on. But interestingly enough, as I said, with if you're clicking on free items, they just glean information from it. So they offer up you offer you an opportunity. They are taking information from you that they can use at a later date. So I am no longer going for any of the free stuff. Thanks, Marcian.
Thank you so much, Andy. That's so interesting. We always run for things and we don't know. They send you a link for one thing, he take you to a different thing, another way of fishing us. So, and before we close, I'm going to ask Peter Rogers is in, and we cannot close this section without him saying something. Today is Father Day. Peter Rogers, please, over to you.
Thank you, Marcian. Obviously, there's been a lot of great information given out here. I've learned loads just in the last hour, to be fair. I can't really add to what they've already said. It is obviously something that we've got to look at, as OnPassive goes to the next stage. We have got to be really good with our security, no doubt about that. And, there's not more I can really, say, to be fair. It's real good information being given out. So I'll pass it back, Marcian. Thank you very much. And happy Father's Day for all the fathers as well. Okay. So.
Thank you. This take us to the end of this first session. And this was the first session. We are going